how important is your social media to your branding, or has it been to your branding?
It's everything. And I mean, in the beginning, it's like, while we all started with this, first it was free marketing. Now you have to pay a little bit more to be seen, but it is the best way to put yourself out there. And marketing is so important, and word of mouth in social media are so powerful. Nobody really knows what you're doing until you say it. Like, everybody looks at these articles and the accolades, but how would they know what you were doing unless you put it out there? So before you can hire the PR companies or do, press releases and all those things, you can put yourself out there every day with social media just by telling your story. And now there's no excuse. Most smartphones you have the technology with. Make sure the sun is behind you and put that phone up and start sharing with the world.
Okay, you better tell them about good lighting. I'm looking at your backdrop and I'm admiring just everything about your energy, your work ethic. What is a day in the life of you? Like, what does that look like?
Hurricane Nichole. No, from the time that I opened my eyes, I literally, last night I was so excited about our new collection that we're working on. I couldn't even sleep. I'm working on this rhinestone bag right now, and I couldn't sleep. It wakes me up at, like, I feel like I wake up every 2 hours like a baby. But even at this point, I've been doing this for almost like maybe 7 years, 8 years now. I'm still so excited to wake up and go for it. And from the moment I open my eyes, now I've started going to the gym because, your 30s are brutal. And I gave myself that me time, and I take my notes on my phone, and then I hit the ground running. As soon as I manufacture in China, I'm talking to China all night. I am right at the vendors, right when they're pulling their shades open. I'm right there to get the latest pieces to offer to my women. I'm the face of my brand. I'm in hair and makeup. Then I'm shooting outfits. Then I'm marketing them. I'm sending out that email blast, that text blast. Then I am managing my team. Like, it just goes on and on. From the time I open my eyes till I close them, I am doing something to grow my business.
How do you balance? Like, how do you find balance between me time, personal time, personal relationships, and being this successful multi-million dollar mega business? How do you balance that?
I don't. I feel like we all, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I love to read the quotes about self care and like all of these things, but I am still in my grind season. I have fallen in love this past year. It has changed things. And
Congratulations. Isn't love beautiful? I love it.
it is. It's nothing like being loved on properly. And that is one thing. We all shout numbers and accolades, but there's an emptiness that comes with it if you are not feeding your love. And I met someone amazing and long distance. So my priorities have changed, but the balance is something I still struggle with, because now I don't feel like we should have to choose, though. I'm just letting it flow and giving it my all on both. And I am worn down and tired, but I believe that it is all going to pay off.
If and listen, I appreciate your honesty and transparency, because people will give the politically correct, like, well, I find me time. You're like, listen, I ain't figured it out yet. I'm still working on it.
I need to ask someone else that question.
Right? You're like, actually, I came on here to learn that myself. Say you were able to have an unlimited funding to do anything you want to do. I mean, anything that your mind could imagine, anything 7-year-old Nichole would want to do. What would that look like? What would you do?
I'm doing it. Like, I don't have the funding. I would be doing what I'm doing now on a much grander scale. I love making life more beautiful. And I feel like that is my purpose. I am here to make women look, and when you look good, you feel good. When you got your hair done, when you got your outfit on, there is nothing like putting on an NL piece. It just hits a little different. So that is what I'm here for. This is exactly what I would be doing, but probably in a super high rise in New York somewhere with a full staff.
Yeah.
And a jet.
I am here. Listen, you don't get fashion in the United States unless you're in New York. I just want to say that as someone that lived in New York for 6 years, New York is the pinnacle of fashion. So I think that is an amazing quest for you. To encourage and motivate, I would say a lot of young girls would look up to you because they see, like, we've talked about the beauty, but I'm really more so talking about what exudes from the inside out, and hearing your story is so great. What would you say to someone like, what do you do on your bad days? Everybody has those. Like, what is it that you do? What's your mantra? What is it you do to pick yourself up, to make yourself just go when you don't feel like going?
I have a very sick sense of humor. So I would say I have a good tribe of girlfriends. We literally laugh at everything. I'm a crier. All my emotions, my dad used to always say, you wear your emotions on your sleeve. I do. And I let it out right then and there. I'm not somebody who bottles things up. I'm very dramatic and I will cry and act like it's the end of the world. But once I'm done with it, I'm done with it. And I give myself permission to feel my feelings. But I don't stay there. And it can get very, I can have, while there have been major wins, I have taken major losses. And I thought during the pandemic, this all was going to be over. And I allow myself to feel those feelings, but I don't stay there. Also, my sixth sense of humor. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror while you're doing the ugly cry? Honestly, girl, you look ridiculous. And then I always find something funny in it and move on. Maybe that's a coping mechanism for therapy one day.
Listen, I'm a guest and I'm all for therapy. And I'm also very dramatic. And so is my daughter, which lends to a lot of, female energy in my home when there's something that goes awry.
This is your time to live your absolute best life. And why not start by empowering yourself? All right. So here at Vault, we know that you want to do something great in the world, and we've created great content for you. So like, subscribe, post it, repost it, share it, get your friends to sign up and join us here at Vault Empowers.